Hey everyone, my name is Gerunda and welcome to my channel. It's beginning to look like fall in the Netherlands, so I'm cozied up in my favorite sweater. The last 2 days we had a lot of rain, so it's very cold suddenly, but that's not where this video is about. I found a flaw in my planning. So today it's the 13th of September, so in 10 days it will officially be fall or autumn. And that day is also my birthday. And I think I kind of need a sort of writer reset preparation for the new season. So that's what I wanted to do today in this video. Like I said, I found a flaw in my planning because every time I had a new idea or a goal, I went straight in, head first, and I made a few plans or ideas and I set a few goals like you need to do that, to do that, to do that. And sometimes I did it, and sometimes, or I would say a lot of times, but that's a bit negative, I guess. But I failed a few times. And the thing that I didn't had was my why. Why did I wanted to do that? Sometimes I didn't even know. I think that if I know why I want certain things, then I get clear for myself which direction I need to go. So I'm going to make a list with the things I think I want to do, and then I'm gonna pick and choose what I want to achieve for my next year in life. There's one big thing I have to take into account, and that is don't plan too much. I'm gonna make a list with everything I want to achieve, and then I'm gonna pick and choose a few, and focus on only those goals. Well, it took me a while, but I've wrote it all down, and I also wrote down how I want to feel and also the most important areas of my life right now. And because I only have 5 things, I made my own star of life. And I also made, it are 2 identical pages, but some goals pages, goals planners. Like I said in the beginning, I only can pick a few of those goals, and I've got a whole list. So, and I think mostly are career related. But the important thing what I've done so far is how I want to feel. And those feelings I don't feel right now. I need to change some things, I guess. I think it's a great exercise to do because you always learn something about yourself or things you want to accomplish in life or get more of in your life. So yeah, I'm glad I took the time to do this. But now it's time to get specific on my goals, and then I'm going to use the sticky notes again on my Kanban board so I can plan for Q4. Okay, I'm a bit overwhelmed by my own planning. I've cleaned out my Kanban board. The only thing remains is what I'm rewriting right now. And these are the chapters I still need to rewrite. But I think I'm gonna remove these because I also got my Golifant. And on my Golifant are all the chapters I need to rewrite. So I don't need double. But yeah, now I'm like, what do I want to put on my Kanban board? I only have 3 little sticky notes. These 3, green, pink and yellow. So before I'm overwhelming myself with a lot of choices and to-dos and you name it, I only can choose 3 areas to work on. So that's what I'm going to choose first and then make all the sticky notes into to-dos. Sounds like a plan? Yes. And I also don't know yet what to do with the monthly views. And I only need the next 3 months. But because I've already written on this and the planning is not accurate anymore, I think I'm going to change it.
Super up my alley, so I think it's okay for me to keep those parts more abridged, more something that happens, but not that we need to be there for every single day of the journey.
Well, I've already done a lot of sticky notes and I'm not done yet because I still need to do the sticky notes of the secret project. That's something I can't tell you anything about yet, but that will be in a future video. Yeah, well, I'm quite clear on my goals now, so that's a good thing. But while I was planning out the YouTube videos and stuff like that, I realized something because I was busy with the dates, planning and stuff. 10 days ago, it was my 2-year YouTube anniversary. I didn't notice. So, yay, I'm 2 years on YouTube. Wow, that time flew by. It's already been 2 years. It's amazing. Yeah, that was something I wanted to share with you. I'm going further with my secret project notes and then it's time to prepare for fall, Q4, autumn, whatever you want to call it. This preparation is not only for the rest of the year, the last 3 months of the year, but it's also a preparation for the start of my new life year. So, I don't know, I thought it would be a fun thing to do, to prepare more for that, so I can start my new year with a bang, actually, and quite good and healthy and with better habits, all that good stuff. That's also a reason why I want to plan so rigorously. I feel like this video is very chaotic, but my intentions are good. I just want to be prepared for the end of the year. That's basically what this video is about. Yesterday was our 13th anniversary. My husband and son made a chocolate cake, which was very nice. We went on a bike ride. And Gerwin cut my hair.
Ben je bij hem bereid?
Dat doe ik. Oh, ik vertrouw je wel.
Ja, dat is het probleem niet. Nu ik nog.
Well, it's a lot shorter now. And I love it. A couple of weeks ago I said I wanted to have long hair again, but well, my hair didn't look nice anymore, so it had to be cut off. So yeah, this is my style for now, and I'm very happy with it. But today I want to go further with my preparation for autumn, or the Preptember week. Next up is I want to make a capsule wardrobe. And for those who don't know what it is, I will read what Wikipedia told me. A capsule wardrobe is a minimalist collection of clothes that can be put together in different ways to cover a variety of outfits and occasions. My autumn playlist has set the right mood. It should be a minimalistic wardrobe. Minimalistic is something different for everybody, of course. This is minimalistic for me. Here are some clothes that are going away in a few weeks because it's still pretty nice weather in the Netherlands. About 20 degrees outside. So it's not time yet for the very thick winter stuff. I've got a nice, we call it a colbert. How do you call it in English? I've got 2 long vests, 2 short vests, some sweaters. Oh, this one is with the logo of my own book on the front. Some sweaters and little jacket, skirts, some dresses and a few pants. And I already got my Christmas pants. So yeah, that's it. And now I need to choose for the shoes. And that pile is all summer. And that pile is going away. Yeah, don't know what to do with that one. This one I'm keeping. Certainly keeping this one. And my uglies. And some brown boots. So now there's only one important step left to be fully prepared for autumn. Reading more books is one of the habits that I really want to improve. The last few years I participated in the challenge on the website from Storygraph. And at the beginning of this year I wanted to read 40 books. So far, for this year, I read only 19 books. And that's very little for me. If I want to complete this challenge, I still have to read 21 books in the upcoming 3 months. And that's a lot. I think I'm not gonna complete this challenge, but I want to try. So that's why I need a TBR for the next 3 months of the end of the year. At this moment I'm reading Bird by Bird from Anne Lamott. It's a recommendation for other authors. So that's my non-fiction book I'm reading. And the fiction book I'm reading is History of Wolves by Emily Fridland. This is a bit of a slow burn story about a girl who becomes friends with the new neighbors at the other side of the lake. There's happening a lot in the story, but at the same time you go very slowly through this story. I've got a hard time explaining this, but it's complex, it's captivating. You're really in the mind of this girl because it's her point of view. She's a complex girl with a tumultuous history, and sometimes if you read a piece you're like, what did I read? But at the same time, it's very logic because it's from her mind and it's the way she feels, she thinks, she explores the world on her own way, and sometimes it's a very strange way. I still got about 90 pages, I guess. So my first little goal is to finish this before my birthday. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, including today, 5 days to finish this. So History of Wolves is the first book I hope to finish, and that means I'm still 20 books short in this challenge. So yeah, on Goodreads I entered all the books I want to read, so I can choose from that long list. I'm using the app Storytel to listen to books and read ebooks, and I've got also a few physical books in my bookshelf that I can choose. And I also made a list in Notion. That's my own reading list. In Notion I can create and track multiple categories that Goodreads doesn't have. So that's why I'm using Notion besides sites like Storygraph and Goodreads. Those are the websites I'm using to track all the books I've read. First I'm going to visit my own little library. There are a few books I really want to read, and some books I already got for a few years now and I still didn't read them. So far I've got 6 physical books. The first one is Inferno by Dan Brown. Then I've got Moon Over Manifest by Claire Vanderpool. This is a somewhat smaller book from Mary Higgins Clark. It's in Dutch, it says Vergeet me niet, and in English it's like Forget Me Not. Then I've got Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I've got the whole series, so if I want I also can read the 3 other books in this series. But let's start with number 1. Then I've got The Toy Makers by Robert Dinsdale. And I've got Vervloekt by Marissa Meyer. It's the second in the Gilded series. The second book in English is Cursed. So that's are my 6 first books on my TBR. Now moving on to ebooks and audiobooks. Okay, I've got 10 audiobooks, and the first one is Stardust by Neil Gaiman. Then I chose Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Then I've got a Dutch book, and that one is not translated to English, but it's called Tegen Beter Weten in, from the author Charlotte de Monchy. The title translated would be Against Better Judgment. The fourth audiobook I chose is one from Santa Montefiore. It's the last book in the Deverell series, and I only could find the Dutch title, and that's called De Stem van het Meer. Translated it would be something like The Voice of the Lake. So I don't know if the translation is correct or not. Then I want to read Trio from Johanna Hetman. Then I've got another audiobook from a Dutch author, which also only is in Dutch, and it's called Vuurproef by Rianne Veldkamp. Vuurproef is translated Trial by Fire. It's so weird translating those words, and the meaning is sometimes very different. But anyway, the next one is a book by Amy McNee. It's called Regrettably I'm About to Cause Trouble. The next one is a book I've put off for a long time because I didn't know if that would even be something for me, like the genre, and I didn't know if I even would like it. And that is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I'm very curious about this book, but I don't know, those books are so hyped up. We'll see, we'll see. Next one is The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. And my last audiobook I've chosen is The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods. We're almost there. I still got 3 ebooks, and the first one is Tao the Pooh. I saw this in a video from another booktuber. If I can remember who she was, I will put her name on screen. Then I chose Bluets by Maggie Nelson. And the last book that I chose is called Thunder by Neil Schusterman. Only I've got the Dutch version, and that is called Donder. That are my 20 books I need to read if I want to finish the challenge by the end of the year. Yeah, actually I don't need to read them all, but only 18, because I'm still reading these 2. So I've got a little bit of a buffer actually. Anyway, I think in the near future there will be a reading vlog. So, see you then. Bye! Something is tickling me. And that's it.